Hello, today is July 2nd, 2025, and it's Joe, and I'm in my backyard. This is a project that I've been working on since last fall. I don't really do it like the whole day at a time. I just kind of peck away at it. I built this stone wall last fall. Probably not a good idea because I aggravated both knees and spent a lot of time being slowed down over hobbling around over the rest of the winter time. But the thing that's been happening here has been, in order to put the wall there, at first I came up with this idea of eradicating Japanese knotweed that was growing through my backyard. And if I hadn't stopped it, my whole backyard would be just full of it. But you have to draw the line somewhere. To give you an idea, behind this apple tree, that's a mature stand of Japanese knotweed. It's prolific. It propagates by underground rhizomes that are huge, very difficult to eradicate. So last year I started by chopping all that down and found that underneath was bare ground where nothing else had been able to grow due to lack of shade for years. But then the knotweed was cropping back up, so I spent time getting rid of the knuckles of it that were obvious and clipping it way back. But in the meantime, I did get to the point where I wanted to reseed it with grass, which I did do. Now, if I had been younger, my knees had been better. I could have done this in one day, but I didn't. But the other limiting factor was I have a lot of rodents here, like chipmunks and squirrels, plus birds. And when you put down grass seed, they were all coming up and scratching away at it and eating it. So I have these pieces of like burlap that I put down after each section is done, but I don't have enough burlap to cover everything, so I did it in like 5 sections. Yeah, it's not all perfect, it's not all what have you, but I rototilled the area, raked out a lot of the stones, try to level it up from where all these potholes were from having removed the stuff here, and this is what we get. The very first section I planted was over there. That came in great. Then I did another section here, and it's like you can see like 5 sections where I just progressively, it's like a 8th grade science experiment at germinating grass. I just took the burlap off this last section, and you can see the grass is starting to come up there. I left this stand of plants up. That is called touch-me-not. And I have the native variety of touch-me-not, and it's a hummingbird magnet at a certain time in the summer. So I left that up. But that's it. Now I put the prayer flags up, and I got this old apple tree which hardly bears any apples. Desperately needs pruning. Maybe I'll do that in like November. This is not the time to do it this year, but part of the thing with the prayer flags is if you travel in Nepal or India, a lot of times they'll venerate a given tree in the neighborhood, usually a bow tree or ficus. And figured out what the hell, I probably should decorate this into Hindu fashion. But that's it. Now the interesting thing is when you hang up prayer flags, the hummingbirds will stop at every red flag. There's some truth to this thing about hummingbirds and the color red. I've got orioles here. I've got dozens of bird species back here. So lately this has been my favorite bird watching spot. And then I find out that after dark, I've got a ton of lightning bugs as well. But anyway, this is what it looks like. And I'm happy with the progress. I can't complain. And we're going to get it done. When I built the stone wall, I made it so that the top layer was all the larger flat stones, so that if I ever have a party over here in my fantasy life, I have enough built-in seating for probably 30 people just on the top of the stone wall, and it's lovely. If I look over the edge of it, you can see where some of the knotweed I've kept beaten back, but I don't always get to it enough to beat back the whole thing, and I will sooner or later. And back there is looking into my swamp with all the ferns. I think that's why I have the lightning bugs, but it also has a lot to do with the bird diversity here and wildlife. We'll catch you later. Bye.